Hey dear, Zimzy here, and it is October, which means it's time for my September wrap-up, and I had a really great month. Like, my mental health goes up and down, but once it hits fall, it is my season because I am a Pacific Northwest girly. I love my twilight, silent hill, cool, foggy, atmospheric weather, and I just soak it up. And I read a lot of great 5-star books, so let's get into it. So let's start off with a bang with a book that I rated 5 stars, and that is The Death I Gave Him by M.X. Leo. And this one is a near future sci-fi retelling of Hamlet, and it's a locked room murder mystery because Hamlet's dad in this one is a famous biochemist who's like trying to research immortality, and he's found dead in his lab. The whole lab goes under lockdown, and like Hamlet's dad's AI activates and tells Hamlet to go find his murderer, and it is just so clever and brilliant, and it's such a good page turner because like this is a high-tech lab. It has like booby traps with neurotoxins, so I just loved it so much. Okay, next we have a dark fiction anthology called Never Whistle at Night, which features indigenous writers from all across the continent, and it was cool getting different like folklore and mythology from all these different tribes. And it also includes, of course, the historical real horrors that Native Americans have faced in the US. And it was just a really gruesome and gripping read. I think my favorite story had to be about this group of hikers, and one of them gets a bright idea to desecrate these sacred petroglyphs, and things start going horribly wrong for the group, and it's so cool getting desert horror, like survival horror there. It kind of reminded me a bit of the Outwaters. So if you like body horror and grisly reads, I think you'll have a good time with this anthology. Okay, next we have a historical fantasy that is partly inspired by Full Metal Alchemist, only it is set during the Tang Dynasty, and that is The Scarlet Alchemist by Kylie Lee Baker. The story centers around a teenage girl named Zilan who lives an impoverished life with her aunt and uncle and cousins, and she runs an illegal necromancy business on the side. However, she truly dreams of becoming a royal alchemist so she can help support her family. However, as she's starting to take the exams, she begins to realize how truly cutthroat the world of alchemy is. I think what really stood out to me for this book was the world building. It felt so vibrant and real and cohesive, and it's like the nobles would eat gold to prolong their lives, and of course, like poor people, they can't get life-sustaining gold, so there's this huge class divide. And also the magic system with alchemy was so freaking cool in this book. Like, alchemists transform the materials around them, so there's all these like impromptu innovative fights where people are like making daggers out of jade or whatever. And if you like Full Metal Alchemist, the fight scenes in that, you'll really enjoy this book. Next, I really enjoyed a dark fantasy called One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and this one has such an awesome magic system. It is kind of tarot based. It's its own tarot system where there's like the Maiden card, which makes you more beautiful, or the Scythe card, which allows you to control others. However, our main character, Elspeth, somehow accidentally absorbs the Nightmare card, so she perpetually has this strange, mysterious entity constantly like speaking to her and can read the thoughts of others, and she wants to break her curse, so she's trying to like find all the cards to return to the woods where all the cards were originally created. I hope I said that in a way that made sense. And I kind of have to wonder if the author is a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, because it kind of reminded me of the dynamics between Yugi and the Pharaoh, where you have this strange, powerful, mysterious entity, and it's like this whole entire I don't know whether you want to call it like a trope or subgenre. I got them out like in the Ravenous Dark and Vespertine, but that's my jam. I love those dynamics. Those are so up my alley, and it was just a magical, enchanting book, and I'm excited for the sequel, which I believe comes out later this month maybe? Or next month, but this year. Okay, last but not least, we have a genre-bending mishmashy book that's like part dark academia, part coastal gothic, part dark fairy tale fantasy, and that is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. And this one centers around Effie, who is an architecture student who wins the opportunity to redesign the home of her favorite fairy tale author. However, when she gets there, it's like set at a crumbling manor by the sea, and it's like the ground is about to just give out and everything's rotting and decaying, and she's like, how on earth am I supposed to remodel this? And of course, because it's like a gothic, there's all these dark mysteries from the house and the author himself that she has to unravel, and the writing was just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and it incorporates Welsh myth, and it was just a very dreamy book, and I loved it. Yeah, those were the books that I read for the month of September, and like I said, it was a really good month for me. Like, I went to an apple farm, I went to an Oktoberfest, which ironically is held during September, and yeah, I am currently reading Deliver Me by Elle Nash, which is about a woman who works at a poultry slaughter farm, and it is graphic. And I am also reading another arc, which is Bloom by Delilah Dawson, which was pitched as Cottagecore Hannibal. So sign me up, and I'll let you know what I thought about those later. And because it's spooky season, of course, I want to do some really horror-y things. Like, I want to read The Dead Take the A Train by Cassandra Khaw, and this one is cosmic horror set in New York, which I'm down for anything cosmic horror. And I also really want to read Horrorstör by Grady Hendrix, which is like about a bootleg version of IKEA where things are going wrong in the store and things are disappearing and breaking. So employees decide to take a night shift to see what's going wrong, and it just sounds like a really fun read. So I'll see how those are. Well, let me know what you plan on reading for October and what you did for September. Thank you for watching, and if you've made it this far, leave me a pumpkin down below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. See ya!